Hi, Harrison. Thank you so much for meeting me again this week.
Morning, Sarah.
Have you been doing? I know that through some emails you talked about you've been on call a lot and have had to go in a lot for that. How's that been?
Good. Things have been a little hectic at the hospital, but really honestly not any crazier than normal, really. So nothing new, but things are going well at UC.
Right. I guess that's to be expected with the medical field.
Yeah,
Um,
absolutely.
so last week we pretty much just talked about some of your needs and concerns from the very first week about what your company is looking for. And we just kind of talked about how our product would fit with your company. Some of the things we went over was just that we talked about the quality of our material and that it's sweat free and latex free and very durable. And we have the no rip guarantee. We also talked about just the different sizes and the different textures and just how we can fit it very specific to the needs that you guys want, especially in your cath lab. So this week, I think we're just going to get into that conversation more. So does that sound good with you?
Sounds great.
All right. So I do know that I sent you that material Love Our Glove last week after we met. So how was your experience just testing that and feeling that out?
It was good. I definitely could tell the difference between what we normally use at UC and um, obviously the price is a little more expensive than the other gloves, but I did like um, what I experienced there. I could tell that the material was a more durable material that really was almost impossible to rip, which is really cool because I think me and lots of different physicians have had many experiences with gloves ripping during cases. Lots of us will double up gloves, and that would be cool to just use one. I mean, that literally cuts the price in half than having to have your underlayer and then the layer over it. Um, Really, my only qualm with that would just be the price, though.
For sure, yeah. And I completely understand because price is probably for you guys and for most companies that we've talked with, their two biggest things are quality and price. So I can see how that can be a big concern. And so I think I just have a follow up question to that. Are you concerned with our price compared to your current supplier or compared to other local competitors who are in the same market?
I think that due to the positive sides of what your product presents to us, it really does even out because of the time and the gloves that we save with your no rip guarantee. And also, I think that with the no sweat going on in the gloves, that's something that my physicians are going to really like and something they're going to ask for again. I do think that it is a tough time in the market right now to be making a supply, carrier change since we're so used to having the same product coming in and switching up. But I don't think that it completely writes off, any chances of us changing. That's just definitely one of my concerns that kind of came up when I talked to different people in the lab and talked to our doctors. This is a pretty crazy time we're living in right now. So that was something that came up a couple times.
Definitely. And just to discuss the pricing a little bit again. So it sounds like your biggest concern is that, you guys are used to your current provider. So I think our price does vary different from what you guys are already used to. But you brought up some good points just of how our product really will save you money in a long time due to its durability. And like we've talked about, the different tests and trial runs that we've gone through and just how we really will be saving you all money since you guys won't be going through as many of those things. And
Sure.
then to talk about the other thing that you brought up of just how this is a, very unpredicting time right now and a lot of stuff is going on. So, so just to get a better understanding on that, when you're saying that this is, probably not the best time to buy, do you think that's more of it's a scary time to get a new provider, or it's just there's a lot of things going on in general, or just let's hear a little bit more about that?
Sure. I think that what I specifically meant with that is just lots of our medical sales reps for all of our devices, whether it be a balloon pump, stent, you know, even just down to sterile drapes that we put over the patient, with the influx of patients that we have, and with how management is so busy trying to figure out people's hours and figure out, where do we go from here, and what if we get a big influx of patients. There's a lot that management is dealing with that they're not used to dealing with because of the COVID crisis right now. So I think that's really what just came to mind. Is just because they're not as concerned about trying to switch products or anything. But from what I gathered with everyone that I talked to, with management and doctors that were able to use some of the samples that you gave me, I don't think it's totally out of the question that they wouldn't be willing to uh, possibly get an order if I can, hear some more from you. But basically, just a tough time right now, but definitely doesn't totally write off the possibility.
Definitely. Okay, so it sounds like your concern just seems to be that since this time is so unpredicting, you guys have a lot more on your plate than usual. And so you just have a lot more unexpected things. So it would make it a little confusing to change up suppliers if that's not one of your biggest concerns right now. But I would actually say that this probably would be the best time for you guys to change your suppliers, because since you guys do have so much going on, our gloves could give you that convenience factor that you need that will save you a lot of time in the long run. And so while you're dealing with patients and just having this influx, you guys could really be saving yourselves time due to our quality and due to just the convenience of our gloves. And we actually have, if you guys are willing to, commit to this a little further, I know that that is one of your concerns of changing carriers in the middle and just wondering, like, is there going to be a gap period of when we stop our provider to when we start providing for you? And we actually have a 2-day guarantee also. So as soon as you guys stop, 2 days later, our gloves will come in. So, you guys can commit to us 2 days before you all stop. And then that way there won't be just a gap period of you guys don't know what's going on.
Sure. Well,
But
it's good to know that there's a guarantee about that coming that quickly, because lots of our products can, be out of stock or vary in the time that they get sent to us.
right, for sure. So I think that we've talked about some of your concerns, and we've talked about kind of the benefits of our product again. And so unless you have any other questions or concerns, do you feel comfortable and are you willing to fully commit to our product and our gloves that we offer?
You've made a very convincing argument, and there is a lot of factors that go into it. But honestly, I think that the pros outweigh the cons with everything that your product provides. I think we'll definitely like to make a shipment and start switching over to your glove and see how our doctors react. I think that they're going to be very pleased with everything that your product has to offer.
That's awesome. Well, we would love to have you as a customer. And just to go over some small information stuff, I will email you after this meeting just the forms that you can sign and email back to me. And
Hmm.
just so we're clear on the pricing, our gloves are 44 cents per glove, and our minimum quantity order is 8,000. So your first order, if you do want the 8,000, would be $3,520. So just so we're clear on that, does that sound like a good price to you?
Yeah, obviously it's a little pricier than what we're used to, but like I said before, I think that the pros outweigh the cons, and I think we would love to at least get a couple orders of those. I think that with the influx of patients and how many gloves we use, I mean, I know that I personally can go through 2 or 3 pairs of gloves in a case. I think that we would definitely like to do a couple orders.
Awesome. Well, Harrison, I'm so happy that I've been able to spend just these last couple weeks with you and just get to know you as a person. And our company is really excited to have you as a new customer.
Thank you, Sarah.